Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Blue Stained Glass Poetry. I'm your host, Mary Anne Abdo. In less than a few hours, it's going to be the year 2024. And for me, 2023 was a very, good year. I was able to self-publish my first poetry book, Fractured Lollipop: Poems of Brokenness, Healing, and Hope. As of yesterday, I have sold 65 copies, so that is just amazing. I thank everyone who has purchased the book. It really means an awful lot to me. So I've been very busy in December, as my editor, Mr. Pumpkin, would proclaim to you that I have worked him to the bone. And I'm going to read a few selections. So this one is called Poems of Promise Book. And it was by Local Gems Press out of Long Island. So this poem is titled Planting Light Against Darkness. God is planting the seeds of sorrow within my heart, hoping that I might write an eternal psalm of praise, of his wondrous glory. He's teaching me that love is pure illumination. He's teaching me that fear is like diagramming sentences, shooting off in wild directions, like the nouns of discourse and division, to the verbs of anger and hate. Fear is like crying children looking for love, always seeking, but not knowing where to find the truest form. For love is pure illumination. Fear is a dangerous, painful threat. For love is pure illumination. Fear is yet an illusion of not realizing we all are welcome into the arms of God's sanctifying love. For holy love will shatter any fear. And these words were taken from my parish priest's sermon. Sometimes I'll be in the back of the church, sitting there with my husband, and I'll have the bulletin out, and certain words will strike me when Father Edwards is speaking. That is now the third poem from his sermons for the past 2 years that have been published. And also, Winter Wonderland 2023, Bindweed Anthology is another excellent book. These are all on Amazon too. I'm just going to read one of the poems that I wrote. It's called A Bridge Over the East River. While few people remember my name, history has recorded my contribution to this engineering marvel. Being a woman in Victorian society, higher education was unacceptable. A woman's place was behind her husband. A twist of fate granted me the grace of a man's only world entrance. Having to tend to my husband's decompression illness, finding my way through the curriculum of engineering, mastering this educational maze of steel and stone. I, a woman, assumed the task as chief engineer, enduring decades worth of snide contractors, inspectors, politicians, reporters sneering in my face. It was not until the last year my reputation garnered respect. Did you know that I was the first person to cross the Brooklyn Bridge in a carriage with a red rooster for good luck? That feat gained attention to those far and wide. That all my womanly efforts were so monumental. I am Emily Warren Roebling. I am the woman who saved the Brooklyn Bridge. And this is from Bindweed Magazine. Two poetry acceptances that I had the privilege is, is from Literary Revelations Magazine. They accepted 2 of my poems that'll be published next year. And also The Edge of Humanity Magazine. I love working with The Edge of Humanity Magazine. It's a great magazine to submit to. Jolie is extremely, I'm at a loss for words because you would not believe 18 months ago, I would not believe 18 months ago that I would be able to be submitting, my work to all these different, publications that are around the world. I mean, with Bindweed Magazine, all their magazines since they started is now in the Irish National Library, the National Archives. That's pretty incredible for an immigrant's great-granddaughter to have her work in, one of the world-renowned libraries in the world. And that's why I'm like probably a little choked up. Also, I have an announcement to make that the work that I'm reading, I belong to Two Sylvias Press out of Seattle, Washington. And they put this in the Muse. They put this in their weekly Muse today. And it's on Substack Reads as well. So not only is my work gaining, and I'm not just, not patting my back, I'm just letting people know that anything you want to accomplish or achieve, it can be done. Dreams can come true. And when I saw that email come through from Two Sylvias Press, which is a national literary publication, and also from Substack Reads, that's an international publication as well, and it's pretty incredible, and it's humbling as well that people do enjoy the work that I'm doing, and I hope that is true from all of my readers as well. It's a passion that I have, and I'm truly grateful for anyone that gives a comment, reads my work. It really means a lot to me. So we're going to continue on. The Avocet, the Journal of Nature Poetry, Winter 2022 and 2023. Charles, Vivian, and Valerie Portolano. I've been with them for the past 2 years as well. And they are a wonderful family to work with. They really are. They are very encouraging and nice family to work with. So I'm going to read one of the poems that's featured as well too. It's called Winter's Orchestra, a Bird Song. We fly over city streets, dodging and weaving modern buildings, in a figure eight, all in unison, singing our morning songs to soothe humanity's woes. Strong, late December winds guide our flight patterns, like musical notes from a flute, hearing the snow touch electrical lines, reverberating like a violin. Traffic noises sound like trombones, tubas, and tumani drums, and dramatic cymbals, a clashing crescendo, while the humans ignore it all, driving to work without a hint of notice, and yet we fly in our infinity circle, with snow on our feathers, hearing far-off church bells, indeed our grandest finale. And that is Winter's Orchestra Birdsong. So the final one I'm going to read, I just wrote on my Friday lunch break. I submitted to another publishing company called Voicemail Poems. So this will be the last selection I'm going to read for you today. Pondering 2023. Revelations of blatant untruths. Revelations of 2024 resolutions. The year of infantile chickens is gone. The dragon's year makes its presence known with fire and fortune. Did my faceted words flow like a faucet? Did these unending promotional posts displease you? Why do dollar store items cost a quarter more? Why do we need television screens to pump gas? Are we really winning on any war front? Are celebrities' personal lives any of our business? I want dawn's early light to crush madness. I want stars to sparkle over raindrops. Decisions made around 10 minutes past 7. Decisions never to unopen false gifts of disrespect laid upon my feet. We deserve better gifts of no monetary merit. We need green keys to open frozen hearts. Looking forward to Aries' 11th day. Looking over a misty red and white Venetian afternoon. Let's watch Waterford's multifaceted sphere drop. Let's untwist platinum museles of champagne. Does this poem make any sense? Does life make any sense at all? And that is Pondering 2023. I would like to thank everyone who watches this YouTube channel, watches it either on my Facebook post or my WordPress. I am so looking forward to 2024. There's a lot of things on tap. And like was mentioned, probably in a far off, maybe about mid-July I'd mentioned, I'm going to write my first children's book. I've been always collaborating with Andrea with Creative Gems Part 2 and Part 3. And she's encouraged us through a contest. The manuscript is due February the 1st. And I'm looking forward to writing, above all characters, my editor, Mr. Pumpkin. And also looking forward to writing again for Studio Bees. This will be their 11th year anthology. So there's a lot of things in the works. And to everyone, the best and the brightest to you and your family. Happy New Year. God bless.